Welcome to the Six Hockey.
Gary scores!
Hello and welcome back to the Six Hockey. It is that time of year again for the Six Hockey's featured games from the GTHL U16AAA division, and it all starts today with a game between the Toronto Marlboros and the Toronto Red Wings. I'm Sammy Brzozowski. Joined alongside me is the talented Simon Hendricks.
Well, thank you for that lovely introduction, Sammy. I consider you very talented as well. Both Sammy and I have attended Toronto Metropolitan University's sport media program, and here we are at the Six Hockey presenting to you a great game between the Marlboros and the Red Wings. Should be a great game, should be a great season.
And let's talk about this season because we know that this season is very important. Can you explain exactly why that is?
Yes, of course. The U16 AAA season is the season where most eyeballs will be on these young players, as of course the OHL priority selection is coming up in the spring, and they will have a lot of eyeballs, especially from scouts, to further their junior hockey careers. A lot of pressure, a lot of jitters, but I think the cream of the crop will rise, and it should be a very exciting season to see where these players grow and continue to play their hockey.
And let's take a look at some of that talent. The starting goaltenders for today's matchup. For the Toronto Marlboros, it'll be number 29, Nolan Hardy. He'll be the starting goaltender throughout the season for the Marlboros as projected, but we'll see if that changes throughout the season. For the Toronto Red Wings, it'll be number 31, Mitchell Newens. And me and Simon, looking at these rosters, noticed a pattern. Both big goalies.
Both big goalies, especially Mitchell Newens, 6'2", 170 pounds as a 15-year-old. That's a very big body, perhaps the biggest goaltender within the U16 GTHL league this year. Now, for Newens, I think the important thing is maybe not the most athletic saves, but to keep his poise, to keep his composure, and just to stay well positioned throughout the entire game to give his team a good shot at winning every time he goes in the net.
Let's take a look at the player to watch for the Toronto Marlboros.
For the Marlboros, I want to keep an eye on Braden Riley in this one. He's a right winger, right shot, pass first forward, and I think his game is eerily similar to that of Mitch Marner, a Don Mills Flyers alum, because he usually is a guy, like I said, who will give a pass to his teammates, set them up very nicely in the offensive zone, and usually elects to carry the puck into the blue line to create those offensive scoring chances, instead electing to dump it in, as a lot of forwards do.
That's right, and for the Toronto Red Wings, you've selected none other than Alex Bai.
That's right, Sammy. Alex Bai, he's a big body. Not necessarily the flashiest or fastest player on the ice, but he's able to draw the defenseman in when he rushes into the zone, getting defensemen on him to set up his teammates, and he's got a wicked shot. A centerman, a right winger, kind of like Sam Reinhart in my opinion, and I expect him to have a good game and a great season.
Got some high praise for these players to watch, but like we've been talking about, we talked about a bit before the broadcast, the talent just seems to increase and increase every year with this league.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Sammy. I mean, like we were saying, the likes of Jason Spezza, John Tavares, Connor McDavid, they're all generational type players within the GTHL. Even Sam Gagner, he had a great stint in the GTHL. But you've really seen a lot of these high-octane forwards taking over the GTHL. And like I said, a lot of eyeballs watching them, a lot of OHL scouts looking to further their careers. Let's see what they can do this season.
Let's see what they can do indeed. And you know what? Let's not waste any more time. Let's head down to the ice and let's catch the very first game of the GTHL U16 AAA season. Welcome one and all to Scotiabank Arena. The date is September 29th, 2025, and today marks a special opening game between the Marlboros and the Red Wings. It's the first game of the season in the GTHL U16 AAA division. I'm Sammy Brzozowski, joined alongside Simon Hendricks, and this one should be a thriller.
Right you are, Sammy. What a game this should be. What a season this should be. We have two great teams going up. The Red Wings have struggled recently in the past few seasons, not at the caliber as they would like to be, but the Marlboro is probably the most prestigious team in the GTHL. You have alumni like Jason Spezza, John Tavares, Connor McDavid, and even some recent phenoms like Adam Valentini. This should be a great season, and I'm very excited to see who will step up and become the next future star.
That's right. Even the OHL Rookie of the Year, Pierce Bowie, he was on the Toronto Marlboros a couple years ago, so no stranger to talent on the Marlboros side. So, Simon, let me ask you, as the players are warming up, probably a lot of thoughts going through their head. This is the biggest season of their careers thus far. They know that this season's performance could very well affect their draft stock going into the CHL, what have you. What do you think is going through their minds right now, and how do you think they can start the season off with a bang?
Well, I definitely think there's some nervous energy, but I think if you're the coaches and even these kids' parents, you're really just telling them, just take it one shift at a time, get that first hit off, get that first shot off. Obviously, their top prospects, they're going to be feeling some pressure. They know they have eyeballs on them. Like you said, this is a huge year for them and their draft stock and what their future of hockey is going to look like. But like I said, I think their mindset should just be take it one day at a time and let the talent take over.
And we'll take a look at the starting goalies for today's matchup. On the Marlboro side, it's number 29, Nolan Hardy, getting the start, and number 31, Mitchell Newens for the Red Wings. Now, these goalies, they haven't played a game yet. You know, they've had some exhibition, but they haven't had league games yet. What do you think is their kind of strategy going into the first shift, facing those game-like shots, those game-like situations they're not exactly ready for yet?
I think a lot of their mindset doesn't necessarily have to be on making the most athletic saves. It should be about how am I positioned in the net? Like, how am I going to poise myself when I have an odd man rush coming on me? Not necessarily about making saves. Obviously, you want to make saves, but more on how I'm going to treat a situation.
Yeah, as we've seen, the fundamentals are so important, and the parents, they showed up for this one. A familiar face in the crowd there, Charlie Ashcroft, his younger brother Connor Ashcroft, donning the 42 that he did when he played for the Marlboros just 2 seasons ago. His older brother Charlie, he is playing for UCC this season and committed to Yale for next season. That NCAA route getting more and more popular.
You know, it is very interesting, and when you're getting a scholarship from Yale, that's pretty tough to turn down. It is very interesting you say that. We saw guys like Caleb Malholtra. He also went the NCAA route a couple years ago, electing to play in the NCAA instead of junior hockey here in Canada. Very interesting and developing storyline throughout junior hockey.
That's right, and we knew from game 1 that Vaughan Kings team was special. Which team is going to be special? Let's find out. The first face-off of the U16 AAA season is won by the Marlboros as they send it into their own zone for the first breakout. It's LiCastro behind the net, and he sends that one over to the corner. Cameron, he's looking for a long stretch pass, and that one gets just by his stick as it's sent down into the Red Wings zone. The Red Wings behind the net with it. A battle with Cameron coming up with it. He sends it around the corner. Simon, we're going to see a lot of nervous energy, and we already kind of do. I remember I had a coach that told me, just relax, let the game come to you. Do you think that's the right strategy in today's game?
I think so, and I think these first few minutes you're really going to see some of that nervous energy you talk about. So far, we're not really seeing the best passes, not really seeing the best handles. Just right there, a pass got broken up by the Red Wings. And I think a lot of this game, especially in the first period, is going to come down to who makes the first turnover and which team responds best to them.
Which team can capitalize on it, as Bai tried to send that one across down into the zone, but was unable to do so as it goes down the length of the ice for the Marlboros. It's Riley with it. Riley sending that one over to Caputo. Caputo tries to send one in front of the net, but a fire drill sends that one into the corner.
I think a lot of this game for the Red Wings is going to come down to these 50-50 puck battles along the boards. This Marlboros team, like I said, they're very highly talented. They have a lot of good skaters. They have a lot of good passers. So these 50-50 puck battles along the boards by the Red Wings is what is going to keep them in this game.
And we know those 50-50 puck battles, they can be so important in determining the outcome of the game and even the outcome of the season. We saw puck battles last year really be a determining factor for the Marlboros and for the Vaughan Kings, who were ultimately successful as it's sent down into the corner for the Marlboros. Some nifty camera work from our live barn studios, as now Pacek gets a chance but loses it and knocks down his man towards center ice. Pacek, he is quite the big boy, and he uses that towards his advantage as a power forward.
I was going to say, maybe got away with that interference penalty there at center ice.
I respect that the refs are letting them play. Everyone just trying to get a feel of the season. As the Marlboros at the top of the circle, trying to keep it in was Mavru. Mavru does a good job at recovering there, sending it over to Pacek. Pacek sends that one into the corner for Riley. Riley has it behind the net. Riley still working, trying to send it around, and another puck battle right at that Scotiabank logo. I mean, that board, that's getting some work tonight so far.
Well, you see the Red Wings, they're really trying to keep the Marlboros away from the center of the ice. So I think that's what they have to do, because that's where the Marlboros really do damage when they're making those cross-ice passes. So if you're the Red Wings, you have to keep the Marlboros to the boards, like we've just seen a couple times here already.
And credit to the Marlboros, they've done a good job at hemming the Red Wings in their own half as it's sent down the length of the ice, but on net, so it'll be a offensive zone face-off for the Red Wings.
You know, the Red Wings, they're really going to have to, I hate using the term luck when it comes to games like this, but they are going to have to get lucky with some situations. That could have been an icing that would have sent them back into their own zone. Instead, you have an offensive zone face-off.
It'll be Micah James taking it for the Red Wings. He wins that one back. A shot from the point, that's blocked over to the corner now. A battle ensuing in the corner, and it's the Marlboros that come up with it, trying to send it behind the net. Pass through the center of the ice, hit a stick, and now it's the Marlboros able to regroup, and in their case, hopefully trying to get it out of the zone. It's kept in by the Red Wings and James. Pawchuk calling for it, but he is waved off. And finally for the Marlboros, no, I spoke too soon. It almost got out as James has it once again. Centering pass over. Does not get through.
Oh, good hit in the corner there. But like I was saying, these Marlboros, they are known for their passing abilities, and so far they have had a lot of trouble getting it out with these stretch passes. I think I counted 3 separate occasions where the Red Wings intercepted some breakout passes. That is going to be a huge factor if they can't tighten that up.
Yeah, they'll have to do that indeed, as it'll be Neal taking the face-off for the Red Wings. Some pressure early for the red and white, but it's the Marlboros coming up with it, and they'll attempt to go the other way. Sent over to Cameron in the corner. And a big collision at the blue line. Hand up immediately. That was Red Wings' Emmett Larman with the monster hit, and he will be headed to the box. The ref, he will apply a 2-minute minor for head contact, and Larman, he doesn't like it.
Well, you know what? That's a tough play right there for Larman. He had what I looked like shoulder-to-shoulder contact. However, the Marlboros player, he was just a bit smaller than he was, so maybe it was the recoil on the back of the head. I think the back of his head hit pretty hard on the ice there, which is why he got the 2-minute minor. However, you know, in the OHL and in other levels, that's a clean hit. So these players have to be ready for those types of hits.
Yeah, and the size difference really plays a factor in this age. Some guys got their growth spurts already. Some of them still looking for it. As LiCastro has it, they send it down low into the corner. LiCastro was calling for it, but it's sent over to the middle of the net. Ashcroft with it at the point now. Ashcroft over to the side now. The Marlboros getting some cycling going in their zone. Sent towards the net, tipped away into the corner.
This is a very aggressive penalty kill from the Red Wings. You see almost 2 players at a time going towards the puck. Again, really trying to take away those cross-ice passes that the Marlboros are so good at.
As LiCastro takes it into the zone for the Marlboros. LiCastro, he tries to find Herbert. Herbert sends that one down low into the corner. With it now is LiCastro once again. Tried to get it over to Herbert, kept in by the Marlboros.
Those turnovers are going to kill a team.
As a shot on net there is deflected away into the corner, and the Red Wings once again will get it out of the zone. Credit where credit is due, the Red Wings, they have been lethal in just getting the puck out when they get the chance on this PK so far. As here come the Marlboros the other way. Line change as the second unit comes out. Bringing it into the zone are the Marlboros. Curling behind the net. Calling for it is Mavru. Mavru walking the line. Nice move there. Mavru, backhand to the corner. Way to go to keep that one in.
Like again, they tried to hit the middle of the ice, but the defense just collapsed on the puck carrier, and that will be an offside. But that was Mavru. He tried to make a move, cut to the center of the ice, but you saw 2 Red Wings defenders collapse on him, forcing him to make that outside pass, forcing the Marlboros to regroup, and it resulted in an offside.
And that was a very close play, nearly walked the line, but a face-off outside. The Red Wings will take that. As Warner winning the face-off for the Marlboros, back sent into the zone. Mavru, he gets that one across, just missing the outstretched stick. Sent behind the net into the corner. Big hit right away. Hand up once again. And it'll be Warner heading to the box. Power play over. We got some 4-on-4 hockey. He'll likely get a board or a rough. We'll see what the call is here. And yes, it'll be a roughing penalty as some open ice with these kids and this speed, that can be dangerous.
You know, it really can, and that is a bit of a dangerous play, especially when you have a size mismatch in the corner like that. You saw him skate to the penalty box, giving a hand up to the referees there, but that's going to get called 10 times out of 10.
And a 12-second 4-on-4 opportunity here, so it'll be the Red Wings going on the power play in just a few moments. But first, here come the Marlboros. A shot here from Riley, and that one is sent away. First real clear shot we've seen in this game, and now the Red Wings go the other way. Davis with it, unable to get it in deep, and the Marlboros, they get it out just as quick as the Red Wings got it in. But Red Wings come the other way. They just cannot connect the passes thus far.
No, they can't, and as you can see, this is now a power play for the Red Wings. 4-on-4 time is over, and I don't know. These Marlboros, they just seem to have the edge when it comes to speed and skill so far. The Red Wings can't connect on a pass, and it almost seems like they're moving slower than the Marlboros are.
Yeah, taking a couple minutes to get their sea legs, their land legs, whatever you want to say, as now they do set up in the offensive zone. It's the Red Wings with it down behind the net in the corner. Red Wings centering pass to James, and his shot is just wide. Nice opportunity there for TRW to get something going. Another shot from the point is blocked and sent into the corner.
You can see this clash of styles here, like I was saying, and the Red Wings penalty kill, they were really converging on the puck. The Marlboros, look at this. They have a puck battle along the boards and 3 defenders in open ice. So a clash of styles here in the special teams units.
As another opportunity there was turned away. That was Boston Phillips' all-time name, trying to get the shot off, but it was shot into traffic. Once again sent over to James, but James can't reach that one with the outstretched stick. As another battle in the corner, and like you said, the Marlboros implementing a diamond formation on the PK, really trying to control the center of the ice. The Red Wings with it now. It's sent back over to Davis. Davis' shot blocked. Davis shot again, and that one rims around the boards. The Red Wings keep it in on the sideboard, and that shot is deflected away by Hardy.
You know, some might say that that was not the best shot by Davis. However, when you have little to go off of a power play, when passes keep getting cut off, that is a play you kind of have to make. You'd like to have that shot on net, but honestly not the worst shot to take there.
As Lavolsi, he tried to get that one around to the corner. The Marlboros unable to get it out once again. Some back and forth hockey here, but for the last couple minutes, it has been all the Red Wings back at even strength. Sent around into the corner. Falling is a Red Wings player, nearly tripping up the official, and the whistle will be blown. Looks like he's in some discomfort, but it will likely be a face-off inside the zone of the Marlboros.
I hope he's okay. I'm not too sure what exactly happened, if he got hit or tripped or if he just fell, but that was a nasty tumble into the boards there.
Yeah, got clipped, nearly took out, like I said, the referee, but everyone seems to be okay. He's skating this one off. We'll keep you updated if we hear any news on that one. Trying to get a look at the number here. Only one camera angle here at the 6 Hockey. That was Tyler Meal, the forward for the Red Wings. He looks to be okay shaking that one off.
I was just going to say, you saw him favoring his one leg as he was skating back to the bench. Hopefully he's okay. You hate to see that, and you especially hate to see it in the first period of the first game of the year.
Speaking of, just 6:52 to go in the first period has really flown by with some back and forth chances. And here come the Marlboros the other way. The Marlboros falling down was Pacek. He wasn't able to get a piece on that one, but the Marlboros do keep it in on the line momentarily. It's sent out back to the blue line, and this one is unable to be kept in. It will be an offside.
You know, something we haven't really talked about so far is the referees. You know, it's the first game back for the refs, and especially these linesmen. They have a tough job. I don't know if any of them were wearing contacts or glasses or anything, but that looked like it was still onside to me.
Yeah, I mean, it is a tough job. First game of the season's always pretty tough, even for us. Got to learn a whole new batch of rosters and got to get back to game speed, and it just seems like this league gets faster and faster every year. As speaking of fast, here come the Red Wings. James with it. He drops that one back. Across, the shot just misses wide, but a nice chance trying to feed Ryder Davis. As now the Marlboros, they're going the other way. Cameron, the ensuing forechecker. Cameron does a nice job to force the pass away into the corner. And now it will be Davis dumping that one into the zone. Once again, a puck battle in the corner and a chance ensuing here for the Marlboros. With it now, Cameron, he finds Mavru with the shot, but he misses that one wide. I think he had more time on that one.
He did have a lot more time than he thought. And I don't think there's been a single shot on net, even strength, for either of these teams so far.
And that was really a golden opportunity, maybe squandered early in this game.
Man, if you are Newlands, the goaltender for the Red Wings, you're thanking your lucky stripes. The first even strength shot you faced coming on a breakaway, that could have ended very badly for the Red Wings.
As Davis's shot was stopped there by Hardy. And yeah, that was Maximus Mavro again, great name. He wasn't able to convert, but you got to credit good positioning there from Newlands to cut off the angle.
Yeah, and Mavru, he's already had a big impact on this game, a defenseman, but you've already seen him make a couple really good offensive moves, getting that rush. But that's right, Newlands cutting down the angle and making him shoot wide of the net.
Yeah, that's right. He walked the line a la Lane Hudson earlier, kept the puck in nicely, sent that one over to Pacek. Nothing really happened on that Marlboros power play, but it's encouraging to see these players get comfortable with the game and get comfortable in their own legs, as that one is sent down the length of the ice. And it looks like a penalty will be called. A slash must have happened in all the kerfuffle, pardon me. It will be Braden Riley heading to the box. Two Rileys on this Toronto Marlboros team. You have Braden, and then of course you have his brother Miles as well.
I'm sure that won't get confusing for us at all. But I will say I did not necessarily see the slash. Maybe it came in right behind the net there as the puck battle was ensuing. But Red Wings going back to the power play. Let's see if they can get something going better than their last one.
As Caputo, he sent that one around and out. Good job from the Marlboros to win that faceoff, and good job from Caputo just to clear that one out of the zone. Knock off some valuable time here on the PK.
Of the, I believe, 4 or 5 offensive zone faceoffs for the Red Wings, I think they've only won 1 or 2 of them. That has come into play big time, especially on this power play, as they're just now getting set up with already half a minute gone.
As it was James knocked aside there from Petrov, and James unable to keep it in. They'll go the other way, and it'll be the first unit staying on. It's the Red Wings coach who has some confidence in this first unit to get set up.
Well, in this first game, you really do have to test the waters with the first unit. Obviously, this first unit power play is going to have to step up big throughout the entire season. So, just getting some reps in. And I like that move from their coach, trying to instill some confidence in these boys, as that is cleared again by the Marlboros. Unable to get set up seems to be the trend in this Red Wings power play.
As it will be the second unit coming out now. We just saw Ryder Dockstader streaming out of the bench there. Number 13, Ambrosio. He tries to keep that one in. Ambrosio with it on the sideboards. He sends it over to Gahunia. Gahunia across. Back to the point. Shot is saved and sent into the corner. Red Wings, they retain possession.
If I'm a Red Wings player and coach right now, every single time they have tried to break into the Marlboro zone, it has come on this near sideboards that we're seeing. Let's see if they can switch it up. But again, they're passing right on that near side boards, trying to get a puck battle and trying to bring it right back up to the point. It's becoming a little bit predictable. Let's see if they can try to change it up. However, this power play seems to be coming to an end very soon.
Yeah, it was Ambrosio who was unable to find the opening there, unable to get a stick on it. And like you said, power play dwindling down and back at even strength we are, but it is the Red Wings that have it in the Marlboro zone. Knocked into the boards, no call there. Nice play there from Herbert to get a piece of the puck, and here comes Pacek. Pacek, pass across, just misses the outstretched stick, and it is now the Red Wings going the other way.
That is something that the Red Wings are going to have to take advantage of, these mishandled, missed passes from the Marlboros early on in this game, trying to get that rush, those rush chances. Haven't been able to really guarantee any success so far, but they're really going to have to capitalize on the Marlboros mistakes because they have been all over them this game so far.
They have indeed, but I did like the use of the give-and-go play there from Bai and Davis, trying to get the puck in, just trying to slow down the tempo and then attack into the zone. Zone entry seems to be an issue for both of these teams so far in this game. As we know, it's a big factor in how teams can control the possession, as it's Cameron attacking the Red Wings defender. Cameron does a good job trying to keep the puck in, does the next best thing, forces a pass into the Marlboros defense, but it's the Red Wings with the shot and saved by Hardy. Now Hardy, he hasn't really been tested in this game so far.
No, he hasn't. I believe that might be one of the first even strength or even shots in general. And if you're a fan, you might be thinking to yourself, I thought the GTHL was built on all this forward potential and how fast these are, maybe expecting some more action. But if you're a coach of these teams, I think you really have to be happy about how these teams are defending the net.
Yeah, haven't been really any grade A chances. We saw the chance from Mavru earlier in the period and a couple power play shots, but nothing really shocking against the goaltenders so far. But that could change here as Cameron tries to get a piece of it. A turnover at the blue line from the Red Wings, and it was Cameron almost capitalizing on it, but wasn't able to get a piece. Now James coming the other way. Micah James with it behind the net. Centers that one over to the point, but good job there from Petrov to get a piece of it, and now the Marlboros come the other way.
I think a lot of these chances we're seeing here are coming off of mishandled passes, talking about that nervous energy we were speaking to earlier. Clearly a factor in this game in the first period.
As it was Riley trying to get something going, and now here comes James. Micah James with the shot, fires, and that one goes wide. Another opportunity just missed there from James, but he has put his mark on the game early on throughout this first period.
Really good positioning from Hardy there, really cutting down that angle. Like we said, with the new ones on the other end, that was a great positioning that really forced him to shoot, try to pick a corner, wasn't able to do so.
As 1 minute remains here in the period, the Marlboros, they send that one down onto the net of Newlands, and it'll be an offensive zone face-off with just around 50 seconds left in the frame.
That little stretch there between whistles reminded me a bit of shinny at my cottage, a little pond hockey going back and forth, not really being able to connect on a pass, not really being able to hit the net, some nervous energy, but expect the second period to look a little bit different, I think.
Yeah, you got to assume now that they're comfortable, now that they've gotten a couple shifts under their belt, they'll be able to connect the passes, and maybe someone will be the hero as the centering pass is just cut off by the Marlboros, and now here they come. It's Quinn with it. Quinn cutting towards the net, and a great save there by Newlands to keep it out and to keep this a 0-0 game. It's sent over to the corner. It'll be Shane Roche trying to send it up the length of the ice. Turned over at center ice, and now a shot there from the Red Wings is turned away. Tyler Meal, good to see him back on the ice, being a factor after that scary collision earlier in the period.
A couple tests for each goaltenders there, having some really good positional plays, keeping this a 0-0 game.
And there's a nice chance there for Pacek to get a shot off, capitalizing on a bit of a turnover right around his crease, but it is Newlands making the stop, and it'll be another face-off inside the zone. You got to assume it's only a matter of time here as they will let the clock run out, and that'll do it for the period.
You know, you did see a lot of chances going each way by the end of the period. However, I think the story of this period was the nervous energy and was the mishaps and mishandles on both ends. Expect to see something different coming into the second period. I think now that these teams have their feet under them, have their heads more in the game, some of that nervous energy will be out of their minds. And expect a bit of a cleaner and faster second period.
And there was no shortage of physicality. Obviously, we saw that massive hit delivered by Emmett Larman. He did get the penalty for it, but look to see a little bit more going into the latter half of this game. The thing with this league is it's pretty small. There's only 12 teams, so you're going to see a lot of these teams facing off again and again, and that can foster a bit of a rivalry.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, Larman, he's a big guy. I don't know exactly if the Marlboros are going to target him per se. However, be expecting him to use his body a lot against these smaller forwards as this game goes on.
And no shortage of chances either. We saw physicality, but we did see some offense. Of course, we've mentioned a couple times that Mavru breakaway really being the grade A chance of the period. He was unable to capitalize, but it was a nice pass from Cameron to lead him on. And the defenseman getting involved in the offense is something that we've always seen from this Marlboros team, and something that we're seeing more and more throughout the GTHL.
Well, they really do rely on the stretch pass into these odd man rush chances, the Marlboros that is. And Mavru, not only is he able to create those stretch passes, but he's also able to jump in on the rush as the second period is underway here.
As the Marlboros trying to jump into the rush there, as it is Riley trying to get it in, but that was batted away. Good job from the Red Wings to hold the line as it's dumped into their zone. Into the corner going to play. It's Davis knocking over his man. Sent to the sideboards. Another puck battle won by Riley in the corner, sent around. but it's the Red Wings coming up with it. Coming back smartly is the Red Wings defenseman, just trying to get the breakout started for them, as now here comes the Red Wings, here comes James. James with it, has it on the sideboards, controlling it. And that centering pass goes through, but the shot doesn't. Rebound is turned away by Hardy, and it was a pass that got deflected and a chance in front for the Red Wings, unable to capitalize, but nice job jumping on the fast break offense and getting an offensive zone faceoff.
Well, I was just about to chime in with some of these trends seen from the first period. The Marlboros taking control of the Red Wings in their zone again, but like you said, a great chance for the Red Wings there.
There's now a battle in the corner once again on that favorite Scotiabank logo as the Marlboros. They're going the other way. That was Mason Quinn getting the rush started as he has it pinned behind the net. Sending it to the point now. The Marlboros with it, controlling it. Herbert over to the side, shot. Rebound in front, and that one is corralled by the Red Wings. Red Wings breaking it in now. Ambrosio, he sends that one on net, off the stick of Hardy, and out of play. It'll be a face-off inside, and a bit of extracurriculars happening behind the net. Like we said, look to see this intensity increase.
That was a huge rebound led up by Mitchell Newens of the Red Wings. Thankfully, a Marlboros player was not in the vicinity, and you really did see Hardy come way out of his net from that point shot. However, no damage is done as there is a offensive zone. Let's see if these Red Wings can win more of these offensive zone draws than they did in the first period, as that really did kill some of their momentum, having to chase the puck in the offensive zone, what seemed like for the entire period.
And it'll be Alex By taking the face-off here for the Red Wings, just getting into discussions with Doxtator, just looking for a game plan, trying to get something started for them. You might see him try to win this one on the overload over to Gahunia.
Well, you see, all the defenders are matching up with the offensive players that are lined up trying to shoot at the net, but that is dumped into the corner, as they did win the faceoff, but perhaps not as cleanly as they would like to.
That's the pass over to number 14, Mason Quinn. Nothing really doing there, but it's the Marlboros going the other way now. Shot there, saved and collected by number 31.
Already seems like there has been more offensive chances in the second period than the totality of the first period, and I think that has to do with, like we were saying, some of the nervous energy being out and letting the talent take over of these teams, trading chances back and forth. This is a bit more what we are accustomed to when watching Toronto Marlboros games.
This could be a big-time offensive zone draw. You don't see a lot of players playing on the inside sideboards anymore. You see them going on the opposite side, going for the overload opportunity as well. As it'll be Riley taking the offensive zone face-off for the Marlboros. That's one over to Caputo. Caputo trying to get that one across, and now a chance nearly forming there for the Red Wings. It was unable to be collected, but it is James getting it now. Shot! That one is just sent wide. Wow, he has got a cannon on him, as now here come the Marlboros. With it now is Quinn. Quinn bringing it into the zone, cutting towards the net. Quinn shot! Unable to get it off as he sends that one back into the corner.
Caputo got away with a stick to the face on a Red Wings player there. I'm surprised the refs let that one go.
With the cage, it's always harder to see than if a player is wearing a visor. They'll be wearing a visor soon enough, as that one is sent into the zone by Quinn. But just as quickly as it came out, it comes back in. Now here come the Marlboros with it in the corner, trying to battle with it. The Marlboros unable to keep it in the zone as the Red Wings break the other way through the neutral zone. With it is LaPierre. LaPierre's shot is deflected into the corner.
You see a lot of these rush chances for the Red Wings being outnumbered. Like, a lot of these are 1-on-2s or 2-on-2s, not really leading to anything. These weak point shots that, we want to see more of these 3-on-2 odd man rushes instead of these 2-on-2, 1-on-2s that just result in a very lazy shot from the point that are quickly directed the other way.
And now a chance here for the Marlboros. A breakaway opportunity stopped by Newens.
I thought that went in. I thought that went past him. What a stop by Newens. I'm not too sure. I think even Newens thought it was behind the net, but he was able to keep that one out.
It caught me a little bit off guard. You heard the stutter. I thought it went right to the back of the net, but it just clanged off the side there. That was a golden opportunity for Riley, and now another opportunity for the Marlboros to get something going. That's sent down into the length of the neutral zone by Lavolsi, but it was unable to get anything going. It's sent back down towards Hardy. Behind the net now with it is Roche, he sent that one well down the length of the ice, and here come the Marlboros. They have it in the corner now. It's Lavolsi with it once again. Lavolsi behind the net, getting it over to Cameron. Cameron shot blocked and sent away. Remains in play as the Red Wings try to get it out.
Although it didn't lead to a goal, that pass cannot get off. That went through 2 Red Wings defenders to get off a pretty decent shot opportunity from between the hash marks. That pass cannot happen if you're the Red Wings.
As Bai just sends that one back into the neutral zone, trying to regroup, and it's sent down into the corner of the Marlboro zone. The Red Wings with it now. Red Wings centering pass over to Bai. Bai shot saved, sent away by Hardy. Now, once again, the Marlboros going the other way. Riley with it now. Braden Riley trying to cut through the defenseman of the Red Wings, but instead just dumps it behind the net. Riley regains possession. Riley trying to keep it in, but was unable to do so there.
Just a good move from Karol Pavelski, noticing that these referees are calling a lot of these body shots, tried to play the puck there, and that was a good move.
As now it is the Red Wings coming back the other way, sending it onto the net of Hardy, and a nice job from LaPierre ensuring the offensive zone faceoff.
Man, what a start to this period. Already seeing a much higher tempo, much higher pace, a lot less turnovers, and a lot more of this back and forth that we have seen a lot in GTHL games in the past. I think a lot of this game is going to come down to who will score first. Both of these goaltenders on either end look very dialed in.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of back and forth, almost 3-on-3 type hockey, where it's just chance after chance after chance. No one has capitalized yet, but that could change here as an offensive zone faceoff ensues here for the Red Wings. The referees having a discussion, maybe they're just talking about how excited they are to be back.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm not exactly sure. You have 2 referees and the linesman talking with each other, and they're going up to the Red Wings bench. I'm not too sure. Maybe they're trying to see if there's a penalty on the play. I don't know exactly what would be going on here.
Perhaps they're just discussing that missed high stick call. I saw the ref do the high stick motion with his hands. Maybe just having a conversation with the Red Wings, telling them that, they're going to keep an eye on it for the rest of the game because, like you said, you thought that they got away with one.
Well, Caputo did cross-check. I'm not too sure who the player was, but just outside of the Red Wings zone as they were trying to break out, Caputo did hit someone with a cross-check, looked like right under the chin, and he was down on the ice for a couple minutes as the Red Wings tried to rush. That really hampered that rush chance. So good on the referees to say, hey, we saw that, we missed a call, and we're going to keep an eye out for that next time.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lengthy discussion here at the bench. Seems that Deutsch is the center of it alongside Creme, and we're just having a look, and now it is Creme being sent off. So perhaps there was something to do with the stick. We'll try to get some more info on that, but it seemed like a behind-the-play effort there. Maybe he got a stick up high, but no power play, it looks like, opportunity here for the Marlboros. So you don't really know what this one is about.
I was just going to say, maybe we did miss something behind the play. Maybe the cameras didn't quite catch it, but this actually looks like it might be a Marlboros power play here. I'm not too sure what the call would be. If anything, if it's a power play, I'm not too sure why this is not coming back to the Red Wings zone.
I mean, we do see only 4 Red Wings on the ice, but there is the late joiner. It was LaPierre, and it's going down the length of the ice, so maybe he is joining for the PK, but it is 5 players remaining. We are bewildered here in the booth right now. No idea what's going on, but like we said, it is 5-on-5 hockey here, so it could be a misconduct without a penalty delivered, or
it also could be an icing, just a simple icing. I think the GTHL needs to invest in some hot mics for these referees because, this one camera angle, we are, as you said, bewildered in the box.
It would have been nice to get an explanation as LiCastro is waiting on the point for the pass, but falling over was the Marlboros, and in the corner, they have it now. It's sent down behind the net. Another puck battle won by the Red Wings. The Red Wings looking to get it out, but a turnover here. Chance ensuing for the Marlboros. That one is turned away by Newens. Now an opportunity here for the Marlboros to get set up, but they turn that puck over. They get it right back, right at the sideboards, thanks to number 8, Mitchell Warner.
That looked like an opportunity for the Red Wings to finally have a 3-on-2 odd-man rush broken up by number 8, Warner from the Marlboros. That just can't happen in that situation when you've been trying to get that the entire game.
As they do control possession in the neutral zone, going up against the boards are the Marlboros. but that is intercepted by the Red Wings at the line. The Red Wings now with an opportunity, but they turn that puck over. 2-on-1 forming here for the Marlboros. Pawchek cutting towards the net, drawing a penalty. Shot saved. Rebound sent right into Pawchek. A hooking call on the play against the Red Wings. Another power play for the Marlboros. And you got to assume with this level of offense, they're getting dangerous.
Well, like we were saying, the tempo has certainly increased from that first period. They have a lot of momentum, getting a lot of good looks at Newens. Newens has been very sharp, but expect a good chance on this power play, and that was a hook as clear as day. Perhaps saving a 2-on-1, however, drawing a penalty.
And it'll be Riley taking the face-off for the Marlboros. The Marlboros, they win that one back over to LiCastro. LiCastro, he finds Quinn. Quinn with it now at the point. Quinn streaming in. Shot sent away. Batted out of the air. Scores! Shane Roche with the first goal of the U16 AAA season. Coming off a defenseman's stick, he bats it out of the air like it's baseball season, and it is 1-0 Marlboros.
Not much Newens can do on that one. We were talking about how good he's been playing positionally, and that one just an unlucky break, batted out of the air. Again, we kind of seen how that Red Wings aggressiveness on the power play played against them. The defenseman making a very, very good move to get past his defender to get that shot off, leading to that batted goal.
Yeah, and it was really the great cut towards the net from Mason Quinn. Shades of Chris Letang. You know, that bounce off the boards has been used time and time again. Don't know if that was the intention, but nonetheless, still a 1-0 game there. And coming off the stick of Shane Roche, batting that out of the air, that takes some skill. And skill he proved there, as now another chance here for LiCastro. He sends that one across over to Riley, but Riley was unable to get a stick on it. Shot from the point, turned away by Newens. How important is it that Newens, he needs to get settled back into this game?
That was the exact point I was just about to make, Sammy. That goal was not his fault at all. Getting batted in when you're way out of position like that, that's tough. That's tough. So I think if you're the Red Wings, you're really going to have to try and not let up any high-danger scoring chances as you try to get Newens comfortable in his net, trying to settle him back in.
And now it's the Marlboros coming the other way. Roche, the goal scorer, he dumps that one into the zone. Riley with it behind the net. He had Quinn as well. A face-off here ensuing, and another call on the play there. It'll be cross-checking. I don't know about you. I didn't really see the play, but it looks like it will be a Red Wings penalty once again.
Well, I think if you're Boston Phillips there, you're really trying to clear the front of the net. Like we were saying, trying to get Newens settled back in, trying to clear the traffic in front of the net. And he just got a bit too over-aggressive. And now trying to do something for your goaltender has led to another penalty kill for the Red Wings. Let's hope for them that it goes better than the last one.
There's the timekeeper resetting the clock, and it'll be Herbert taking the draw for the Marlboros. He wins that one back to the point. With it now is Mavru. Mavru was walking the line once again. We've seen him do that time and time again throughout this game. As that's sent over to Herbert. Herbert with it now. He takes that one down low. Centering pass over to Cameron. Cameron's shot is wide. Jumps out to the point. But the Red Wings, they do a good job at getting it out.
You see that aggressiveness from the Red Wings penalty kill coming again. And this time, two defenders going to the corner, leaving the open ice shot there for the Marlboros, almost costing them again.
As Marlboros breaking towards the net, and a chance in front is nabbed by Newens. 1:19 remaining on the power play. But a nice fast break opportunity there for the Marlboros, looking to get their second of the game.
You know, we haven't really seen a lot of those fast break opportunities on the power play for either side, but that first one, great stop by Newens to keep it a 1-goal game. If he lets that goal in, I don't know if this Red Wings team is going to bounce back to the third period. That was a big stop.
As the faceoff was won by the Marlboros, but it's the Red Wings regaining possession, and they send that one down the length of the ice towards Hardy's net. We take a look at the beautiful scenery of Scotiabank Pond as the Toronto Marlboros, they regroup. The Marlboros are looking to get something going on the power play, but good pressure applied by the Red Wings just to keep them down in their own end. It's number 15, Petrov, patiently waiting for the pass to come out as he streams back into the zone, as the Red Wings done a good job at controlling the puck in their offensive zone to keep the Marlboros from getting anything started.
You know, I think this is where the aggressiveness of this penalty kill can really shine, is keeping them in their zone. Not really working so well in their own defensive zone, but keeping the pressure on them, making it very hard for the Marlboros to get that first couple passes through to Roche.
And now the Marlboros, this is the problem with the aggressiveness. It's a 3-on-2 forming. The Marlboros shot there is turned away. Caputo was unable to get that one through, and it goes back to Roche, the goal scorer, as he'll look to get this unit going. We saw the number 1, number 2, they kind of have the 1A, 1B going here. Get a chance earlier. They were the ones to score. They did not start this power play, but they likely will finish this one off. As behind the net now, the Marlboros looking to get something going on this second power play, but time runs out. We are back at even strength. With it now is Herbert. Herbert sends that one across. Shot stopped by Newens.
Man, Newens has been keeping the Red Wings in this game. There have been a couple chances within the last 3 or 4 minutes that easily could have gone the Marlboros' way. Newens really getting settled back in after that goal to keeping this a 1-0 game. The Red Wings have to change something in their defensive zone because they have let up a lot of odd man rushes recently, putting a lot of stress on Newens.
And it'll be Miles Riley taking the face-off here for the Marlboros. Kicked out of the face-off, and it will be Ambrosio taking it for the Red Wings. Back to the point now. With it is the Marlboros. Shot, blocked, and now the Red Wings, they look to come the other way. Ambrosio, he's knocked down in the zone, no call there. Sent over to the middle of the ice, and Riley has it now. Riley with it. Riley dumping that one on net and into the corner. Riley knocking off his man. Battle in the corner. Back to the point over for the Marlboros. Marlboro shot. Stopped there. It was a nice slap shot opportunity from Caputo. Roche sends it over to Caputo. Caputo, he gets that one down low for Riley. Riley sending it behind the net, but that one is deflected. It is Riley coming up with it. Riley walking the line and keeps that one in, and now a chance here for the Red Wings. It's Ryder Murray with it. Shot stopped by Hardy and sent out of play. A golden opportunity for the Red Wings, but it's Hardy coming up tall.
Man, that was probably the best chance the Red Wings have had at scoring in this game. What a great save by Nolan Hardy, keeping it a 1-0 game. Offensive zone faceoff for the Red Wings, though. Let's see if they can capitalize on this positioning and this momentum.
It'll be Micah James taking the faceoff for the Red Wings. Regrouping as he's a little bit too aggressive. As a battle is won by the Red Wings, it's sent over to the corner, but Cameron is the one that gets a piece of it. Cameron with it now, bringing it into the zone. He has Herbert. Herbert has a piece of it behind the net. Centering pass, trying to find Cameron, is unable to do so. It was number 34, Gianni Lavolsi, that almost streamed into the play there, trying to get the rebound off of Newens, but was unable to do so.
And this Red Wings team just is not able to get any sort of momentum. You have a golden opportunity, an offensive zone face-off, and what, 20 seconds later, there's another face-off in your own net after a pretty decent scoring chance from the Marlboros.
Not a lot of sustained zone pressure from the Red Wings. They'll look to turn that one around as Lapierre sends that one around to start the breakout, but the Marlboros once again getting a piece of it. That was Herbert with it. Centering pass over to Herbert's stick. He doesn't get a hold of that one. It's sent down into the neutral zone. Marlboros with 3-man back. They'll look to regroup, get some more offense started. Good pressure applied by the Red Wings. Behind the net with it now. It's number 77, Dox Tater, really in the heart front of that, but the Marlboros, they do get a piece of the puck, and they send it down into the Red Wings zone. Kept in by the Marlboros. Pass there, and offside call.
Wow, a late offside call from the linesman there. If I'm a Marlboros coach right now, I am not very happy with that call. Almost a 3-on-2 chance in front of the net, and then a whistle is blown for an offside.
Yeah, Lavolsi, he had time to graduate, get married, and have kids before they blew the whistle there. And like you said, the coach is not a fan of that one, but a face-off outside it is. And now the Marlboros looking to do what they do best, and that's dump the puck in and get after it. That was number 19, Braden Riley, looking to get the offense started. A chance now for the Marlboros to get something set up. A shot from the dot, and that one is sent around over to Ashcroft. Ashcroft, he sent that one down and tried to keep it at the line. A nice play there from Warner.
Oh my goodness. Again, if you're the Red Wings, that cannot happen. 3 defensemen on one, and that one player able to keep it in the offensive zone.
Yeah, it was Mitchell Warner showing off his hands in the offensive zone. That comes in handy for teams looking to get offense up the middle. And another offside call here, and it'll be a face-off just outside of Hardy's zone.
Another close call. I've really been impressed with the sustained pressure that the Marlboros have been able to achieve in this game. It seems like almost all the chances for the Red Wings have come off of rushes, whereas a lot of the sustained pressure has been taxing to the Red Wings as the Marlboros just are enforcing their will on this Red Wings team.
As they dump that one down into the Red Wings zone once again. Behind the net, it's Riley attacking the Red Wings.
I think if you're the Red Wings here with 3 minutes left in the period, you're really just trying to survive this period to get into intermission.
As now it is Bai attacking the puck. Alex Bai over to Ambrosio. Ambrosio scores! Just squeaks it by Noah Hardy, and the game is tied.
The commentator's jinx happening once again, just saying how the Red Wings need to survive the period. Responds almost felt like 5 seconds later after I said that with a great passing goal coming in off the rush. This game is 1-1. What a big goal for the Red Wings, and what a devastating blow for a Marlboros team who has been dominant this entire period, this entire game. It feels like to let up a late goal like that to tie the game.
And one effort from Alex Bai to get that pass across over to Jacob Ambrosio, and Ambrosio squeaks it by Hardy, who has otherwise looked so solid all game. And tying the game going into the end of the period, how big is that for the Red Wings?
Well, I was just going to say, I'm very curious to see how both of these teams respond. A huge goal for the Red Wings, a brutal goal for the Marlboros to give up there. I'm curious to see if the Red Wings are able to sustain some of this momentum, or if it will just revert back to Marlboros' domination.
As they do have an offensive zone face-off, Micah James unable to win that one, and the Marlboros bringing it the other way. Nice move there from Pawchek, and Pawchek knocked off the puck, but what a play that would have been. A little dipsy doodle with just over 2.5 minutes left to go. That would have been a great response from TMB, as it's a battle in front of the net. A shot attempt here from LiCastro. He's unable to get that one through the Red Wings traffic, and now it is the Red Wings coming back the other way. James not able to get that one deep into the zone, but they do a good job at hemming it on the corner. It's James with it now. James and Davis are battling in the corner, trying to get a piece of it to get the offensive zone. Instead, they elect to send that one down the ice, and now the Marlboros coming back the other way. The Marlboros with the shot there. That was Pawchek once again with the opportunity, and a collision behind the net. We'll see if there's any calls on the play.
That was a scary collision behind the net. Both players going in very fast, almost seemed like head first into the boards. I'm not too sure if there's going to be a penalty called here, and it looks like there might be against the Marlboros. Man, Marlboros, what a deflating end to the period. Not only do you let up a goal, but now you've given up a penalty as well. I'm curious to see what the Red Wings will do, if they're trying to attack that one side again, or if they're trying to score.
If the Red Wings do not score by the end of the period, they will start the period on the power play, as it's kept in there by the Red Wings.
Oh, just a brutal pass. The aggressiveness of the Marlboros coming into play there. That pass just, you hate to see it as a coach. Now they have to regroup again, something that they have really struggled with so far in this game.
It was a nice play from Deutsch to keep it in, but he was unable to get the pass across. And once again, a miscommunication there by the Red Wings. And the Red Wings unable to make any connection so far on this power play, unable to get set up, which we've seen has been so important for teams like the Marlboros in getting their offense going.
You know, I won't be surprised if by this next clear they change this power play unit up. Those are two very costly zone exits that have been really self-induced. That just can't happen in a game like this, in a situation like this where you have momentum. Those are momentum-killing plays. As
Meal had it in the corner there, the Red Wings, they retain possession. The Red Wings have it along the sideboards, but the Marlboros, they've done a good job at intercepting the passes. At the point now for the Red Wings. It's sent over at the top of the circle. Back to the point. Streaming in. The Red Wings shoot that one, and it is stopped by Hardy. Good opportunity there from Cole Gahunia to get a rebound, to get a deflection, but that one was just right into the glove of Noah Hardy.
I was going to say, good job by the Marlboros defenders clearing the lane for their goaltender, clearing his vision for an easy glove stop.
That's right, and Nolan Hardy, rather, making that save look easy, and it'll be Micah James once again taking the face-off for the Red Wings, trying to get every last bit of this period on the Red Wings side, as the Red Wings have it now on the sideboard. Centering pass over to James, and James can't get the shot off. Good defensive stick there, played by the Marlboros.
18 seconds left in this period. I'm not too sure if the Red Wings will have enough time to flash up another chance unless it is on a rush here from a stretch pass. But the Marlboros seem to have cut that off almost as if they telegraphed that.
That's right, it was Riley getting a piece and sending it down into the zone. Last chance opportunity for the Red Wings. Time dwindling down, and it will run out. That will end it for the second period. Well, what an exciting second period that was. As you know, we do have a flood in between the second and the third periods. But Simon, let me ask you, the Marlboros, they seem to be dominating all throughout that period, all throughout this game, really. How important was it that the Red Wings and number 13, Jacob Ambrosio, got it tied up?
Well, an end-of-period goal like that is deflating for the Marlboros, but I think going into the dressing rooms here, the coaches and the players have to keep telling themselves just to stick to their game plan. They have clearly been the better team so far, and if you're the Red Wings, you're feeling good about yourself. You're coming in 2 periods where you've been outplayed, still having a tied game. I'm not too sure if what the Red Wings are telling each other. I think they have to switch up their game plan, especially when it comes to their special teams unit and their power plays if given another opportunity. But their 5-on-5 defending has been quite impressive, as they've been able to neutralize a lot of the Marlboros forward core.
Yeah, and Newens of the Red Wings, he's done a good job at shutting down the Marlboros. There was a couple times there that the Marlboros, we felt like they could run away with it. And how important has he been in keeping it a 1-0 game so that the Red Wings could tie it?
Well, that one goal that he let in was a goal where, wasn't his fault at all. It was just a weird bounce that was batted in from a player who was standing right next to the goal. So if you're Newens, your confidence is pretty high going into this third period. I think if this game is going to go in the Red Wings' favor, it is going to be because of his play.
As getting back and developed are the Marlboros. They get a couple laps after the period, but not as much warm-up time as the first. The rest will just check the nets. They get a couple skates around, and back to business we will be. It's interesting. We saw Herbert's line start the first period. You'd think they'd start the third, but we can see him in the middle of the bench here. So you might see some line shuffling throughout this game. Do you think that you run a full game with the same lines, or do you think you toy with them and see what works kind of shift by shift?
I'm not too sure if you necessarily want to shift the players in each line. However, I think you do want to test out certain lines in certain situations. You see LiCastro's line here. He's coming out to play with Petrov as well. I don't know if this is a type of game in a tie game heading into the third period where you really want to be shuffling up the players in each lines, but maybe sending out different lines for different situations to see how they will handle themselves.
That's right, and of course we failed to mention that they are starting the period off on the PK, so we might see some guys used a little bit more. We mentioned how it was a different shakeup. We saw Herbert, but maybe he doesn't PK quite as much as guys like LiCastro might. And it'll be interesting to see how they are utilized further in this game as the Red Wings. They look to get the last little bit of this power play started. But it is Pacek coming right out of the box and being a factor as he intercepts that one. He drops that one over to Warner. Warner trying to send it back, but it goes down into the neutral zone. The Red Wings with it now, trying to get the 5-on-5 offense started. We've seen a lot of offense start through this man right here, Micah James. James has it behind the net. He rips that one around, but too much power on that one, was unable to find the outstretched, really, body of Boston Phillips.
I think that one right there, that comes down to chemistry and just playing more. That was a defensive line change, and Phillips just wasn't able to get to his spot on time. And Micah James maybe should have telegraphed that, knowing his defensemen were changing. Maybe not the best play there, but that will come with time.
As a shot was sent over to Hardy, Hardy deflected it away, and the Marlboros, they turn it around back in their own zone. LiCastro with it. LiCastro dumping that one up, down the ice. Getting a stick on it was the Red Wings, but able to get a piece of it was Quinn, so kind of stopping it for a moment as we see a arm is up, a head contact call, and so we'll take a look who is being assessed, and it looks like it's going to be another Marlboros power play.
Oh, man. Again, if you're the Red Wings, you just tie this game up. You have a very decent end to the second period. Coming into the third period with a power play, a short one at that. But now just a minute and a half into this third period, you're already back on the penalty kill for a Marlboros power play who's already scored against you. Not the best start.
And it'll be Miles Riley taking the face-off for the Marlboros. He wins that one over to Quinn. Back at the point now are the Marlboros. With it is Roche, and Roche turns that one over. A 2-on-0 forming here. With it now, the Red Wings shot is saved by Hardy, tipped away, and now it's TMB coming down the wing. Sent over to Quinn. Quinn shot stopped. Rebound is sent away by the Red Wings, and wow, just back and forth hockey. You see that a lot in this division. It's just no time to catch your breath.
I was just going to say, I could have sworn the Red Wings were going to score on that 2-on-0, much like the rush chance they did score on. However, Hardy shutting them down, and at the other end, Newens shuts down Quinn on the other end as well.
That's right. It was a big back-to-back performance there from each goalie, but a short-handed 2-on-0 breakaway. That's not what you want to see if you're the Marlboros coach, but good job there from Hardy to back his team up like he has been doing all game long as the Marlboros, they send that one down into the zone. Into the corner now, a battle for the puck. It's Quinn with it. Quinn carries it behind the net. Quinn circling towards the net, loses that one, but Riley picks it back up. Ashcroft, back to Riley. Riley across, and now Ashcroft just keeps it in as he sends that one down into the sideboard. But it's the Red Wings who ultimately gain advantage and send it down the ice.
You know, that is the beauty. That 2-on-0 chance from the Red Wings on this penalty kill is the beauty of having an aggressive an aggressive penalty kill like they have. As you see here, trying to win a puck battle, trying to get it out of the zone. Only leaving one defender to cover the front of the net.
Yeah, and that can be dangerous. We've seen a lot of pucks go right through the middle, right towards that front, trying to get the deflections as the Red Wings come the other way. The Red Wings dumping it into the zone. Once again, Micah James making his presence known as Bai has it behind the net. We saw that nice pass from Bai lead to the lone goal for the Red Wings. As the Marlboros, they intercept. The Marlboros bringing it into the zone on the sideboards. But that is turned over and sent down towards their own zone. But the Marlboros, they pick it back up. It's Caputo who is trying to deal with it there. But the Red Wings, they keep it in, shot from the point. And it looks like they will call an offside here. Trying to keep it in was the Red Wings and was Lucas Zhu, who we did not have numbered on our roster sheet. Now we know. Big ol' 91.
That big old 91, Lucas Zhu. I thought he kept that in. I didn't see it that totally clear, the blue line. Maybe my eyes are just perceiving me wrong. I'm not too sure.
I mean, that's why we are up here in the booth and they are down there on the ice as it's sent down the length of the ice. Cameron trying to get something started for the Marlboros. He does as a shot is sent over to Newens, but he makes that one look easy. Good job there from Cameron just to put some pressure on the Red Wings defenders.
Yeah, again, we haven't really seen a lot of the sustained pressure in the Marlboro zone from the Red Wings. I liked that play of trying to get a good puck battle down low. Let's see if they can keep on doing that for the rest of this period. As I alluded to earlier in this game, those 50-50 puck battles in each zone are going to be the key in their success. As you see, the Marlboros, they're cutting off every pass, they're cutting off every chance that the Red Wings have.
As James, he wins that one back. The Red Wings starting the breakout from their own zone. Bringing it in now are the Red Wings. James, he drops that one back. Shot is stopped by Hardy. Good opportunity there for Doxtator. The Red Wings, they retain possession. Within the corner are the Red Wings, but being battled by the Marlboros. The Marlboros, they send that one back, but it's caught by the Red Wings. A chance there for James to pick up one, but he was unable to do so.
You know, I'm not too sure if the Red Wings have a scouting report on Hardy, but it looks like a lot of those open ice shots are going to his blocker side, and Hardy's done a great job at denying each of those chances.
Yeah, some of those opportunities can be the hardest to get the blocker across to, but Hardy, like we've been saying all night, has been playing very well, just like his counterpart, Mitchell Newens, is now It is the Red Wings keeping it in the zone only momentarily, as now the Marlboros, breaking the other way. Caputo gets leveled, but the Marlboros, they keep possession. Shot there is stopped by Newens and sent into the corner.
Nice clean hit from the Red Wings. Like the no call there, I didn't see any head contact.
Just clean shoulder on chest hit as that is dumped into the zone by the Red Wings and by Tyler Meal. It is the Marlboros that come up with possession, trying to get it out, and they do, but it's sent lazily into the Red Wings zone. Deutsch with it. He sends that one over to the red line. Might get a piece of a stick, and it does, so no icing call on the play. Maximus Mavru, he sends that one behind the net. Good pressure applied there from the Red Wings to get a breakout started.
Really liking this aggressiveness from the Red Wings, trying to keep the Marlboros in their zone, something they haven't been able to do all game, as it looks like that will not be an icing call.
It very well could have been. I think we both kind of thought the same thing there, but maybe not enough effort applied there from the Red Wings defenders to get to it, as now Cameron, he is going for the pass that didn't quite make his stick. Some good pressure applied, but the Red Wings, they once again get it out of their own zone. No team able to get that sustained offensive zone pressure, but a chance here for Ambrosio, almost adding his second of the night, but Hardy, he gets across, blocks any and all angles, and it's an offensive zone for the Red Wings.
You know, I think the pros in the NHL make that one-timer look so much easier than that is. Skating backwards was Ambrosio, and just not able to get everything on that shot, but that was a great scoring chance for the Red Wings.
Ambrosio has really been making most of his opportunities, as the shot there from Zoo is just blocked away. A battle now at the blue line. It's sent back down into the Marlboro zone. The Marlboros start the breakout from their own end. Bring it in is Cameron. Cameron, he threw that one over. A shot opportunity here is stopped by Newens.
Right at the chest, about as routine as a shot you're going to see as a goaltender. Way to just take that in, not overreact, have good positioning on the rush. Good stop on Newens.
Yeah, Newens doing a good job at cutting off the angle there. It was a good opportunity for the Marlboros from Herbert, and a great pass from Lavolsi to get it over across to Herbert. We've seen that kind of tic-tac-toe formation all day from the Marlboros, and it has played to their advantage as Roche, the goal scorer, sends that one on net. Rebound is sent away. Herbert with it now in the corner. He sends that one over to Lavolsi. Lavolsi, he has it in the corner, has Cameron in front. Centering pass doesn't get through, but Roche gets a piece over to Lavolsi, but unable to get it through the Red Wings traffic. Roche, after the great offensive play, getting back into his zone, knocking his man down, but it's Ambrosio with it. Ambrosio is looking to find Zoo, but he gets the puck stripped off, and the Marlboros come the other way. With it now is LiCastro. LiCastro turning around. LiCastro trying to dump that one back in, get the cycle started, but the Red Wings, another good job at cutting off the pass.
I was just going to say, these Red Wings defenders have been skating miles tonight, going back and forth between offensive and defensive zone. Almost halfway through this third period here, let's see who can step up and be the hero for either team.
As the Marlboros look to keep their offense going, it's sent down into the zone. The Red Wings going to play and start the breakout. Pass is a little bit off the mark there. It'll go out of play. We'll see the decision from the ref, and it'll be a face-off inside the zone of the Red Wings for the Marlboros here, looking to capitalize once again.
You see, the Marlboros have had a lot more rush chances and not as much sustained offensive zone pressure in this third period. Look for that to change with the face-off win here.
As it is James versus Riley. James coming up with it off the glass and out of play, so why don't we just run it back, is what the Red Wings say, as it'll be a face-off in the exact same spot.
The Red Wings have had some really unfortunate luck when it comes to their face-off skill in this game, and the one pivotal face-off it seems like they've won, they shoot it right back and take another face-off.
As Riley won that one back to Quinn, but Quinn's shot couldn't get through the traffic. Sent down the length of the ice again. Let's just keep it going, the Marlboros say. Another offensive zone face-off for them.
Well, if you're the Marlboros, you'll take it. You'll take an offensive zone face-off any day of the week, especially against the team. Again, I feel like I'm a broken record here. These Red Wings, they have not been able to win face-offs consistently, and the Marlboros have taken full advantage of that. Another thing that I would like to point out just by watching this game, the Marlboros passing has just been stellar compared to a bit of a I don't want to say a lazy play from the Red Wings, as that's certainly not been the case. However, their passing has not been nearly as crisp as the Marlboros have.
Yeah, it took both teams a while to get settled, but a good passer here in Alex Bai. He is knocked over by Caputo in the corner. The Marlboros, they regain possession in their own zone, but a battle on the board ensues. Knocking down the Marlboros player there is the Red Wings, but the Marlboros, once again, trying to get the face-off started. We've seen a lot of aggressiveness in the forecheck from the Red Wings stop the Marlboros, but here come the Marlboros the other way. Trying to get that across was Riley over to Riley, his brother, the sibling connection, but was unable to do so. Good stick there from the Red Wings to get it nearly out of the zone, but now here come the Marlboros the other way. Kept in there. Number 10, LiCastro with it. LiCastro taking it behind the net. LiCastro wrapping around, elects not to shoot. He sends it over to Mavru. Mavru shot blocked there by Bai. Good job to get the leg down. Now it's Alex Bai coming the other way. You got to wonder if that one smarted a little bit. I don't know if the kids say that, but I know I used to.
I don't know if the kids really used to say, really, did the kids ever say that?
You know, you get hit by a shot, you say, ow, that smarts.
Maybe in the 60s, I'm not too sure, but a little bit of a rush chance here from the Marlboros as Warner takes it around the net.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity there from Bai, and now another chance here for the Red Wings. A breakaway opportunity and a stick lift, no penalty on the play. A nice, clean defensive play going down were the Red Wings, and knocked out of his net was Hardy. We'll see if there's any call on the play, but we saw that ref immediately wave his hands no.
Well, I mean, that's a tough call for any referee, especially as Tyler Miley. He did fall down on the breakaway there, which would lead anyone to assume that that would be a penalty shot, or at least a penalty at minimum. But great defensive play from the Marlboros, keeping it a 1-1 game and keeping them out of the penalty box as well.
Yeah, good opportunity there for the Red Wings to get that fast break offense we've been talking about, capitalizing on the rush as Davis takes the faceoff. He wins that one back over to Zoo. Zoo has an absolute monster of a shot. We've seen it a couple times, unable to get that one through as the Marlboros, they come the other way. With it now is Herbert. Herbert cutting towards the net. That is stopped by Newens, but nice little nifty dangles there from Herbert to try to get around Zoo.
I'm not too sure if the Red Wings got away with the call there. It looked like either a trip or someone knocked a Marlboros player down there, but maybe got away with the call.
Yeah, and you got to assume the refs don't want to put this game into their own hands, letting the players determine the outcome, as it is still 1-1 here in the third period with just over 5 minutes left to go. With it now are the Red Wings. A shot opportunity there for James, but he was unable to get it off thanks to some good defending from the Marlboros. The Marlboros starting out the breakout. They knocked that one down the length of the ice. Did that get a piece of a stick? It did, so no ice on the play.
What a lucky break there for the Marlboros.
As it appears we do have a whistle here, a late whistle, so you got to wonder if they're just saying, you know what, we were wrong, let's send it down.
You know, if I were a coach of either of these teams, I would like to have a word with these officials. A couple late whistles. We saw a late offside call during a very good chance from the Marlboros, and now what seemed like a chance for the Marlboros to sustain some pressure in the offensive zone is coming back for a defensive zone face-off.
Well, that's right. Usually you don't let them see them draw out the battle on the boards there, but the Marlboros, they win this face-off and send it down towards center ice to try to get some offense going, try to replicate what they've done all game long as Lavolsi. He's battling against the boards by himself, sends it over in front of the net to Warner, and Warner isn't able to get the wraparound there on time.
Got to take the shot there, Warner. He had almost no one. I don't know if he recognized that no one was around him, electing to take the wraparound instead of just taking the shot straight up.
As Lavolsi sent that one back into the zone, but no one was there. As now a chance for James. James can't find it within his footing. What a chance that would have been for the speedster. Could have had an opportunity all alone against Hardy. This would have been the second breakaway of the period for the Red Wings. And this is what we've got used to seeing in this game. Some back and forth. No team really taking the number one advantage. A shot from the point there is stopped. Deutsch trying to get that one through and maybe get a piece of it.
I think if you're Deutsch there, you have to realize that there's no one really in front of the net. Maybe not the best time to shoot. Maybe a good time to hold on to the puck and try to get your forwards in better positions before you shoot that puck.
As he sends that one down around the corner. Deutsch calling for it in front. James can't get the rebound that dropped in front. James sends that one back over to Deutsch. back over towards Ambrosio, but no one really there for the pass. And the Marlboros, they get this one out and they send it down the length of the ice.
You've seen a couple mistakes like that from the Red Wings in this game. Not really sure on the position plays, kind of throwing the puck into no man's land.
As a chance here for the Marlboros off the rebound, an innocent-looking rebound, going for the jumping play a la the Shane Roche first goal, but nothing doing on that opportunity. It looked like a simple shot towards the net of Newens. He couldn't control it, and it was nearly a disastrous mistake for the Red Wings.
You can't have that turnover, especially in that spot in the ice. What a chance for the Marlboros. I'm not too sure if a shot was blocked or if that was Newens making a save, but what a job. As the Red Wings trying to beat out an icing call potentially.
But no, it is a penalty being called on the play, so we will end up in the Marlboro zone. A behind-the-play call here, so looking around in confusion are the Marlboros, and we'll take a look at what the ref gives them here. It is a unsportsmanlike penalty called by the ref. That is Braden Riley heading to the box, and he's one of their stronger power forwards, and now the Marlboros electing to call a timeout. I mean, a penalty with 2 minutes left in the game, 2.5 minutes rather. It's a dangerous opportunity.
Of course it is. Any power play is a dangerous opportunity, but a game that is tied with 2.5 minutes left in the third period and an unsportsmanlike penalty, that is what the first game of the year does, testing the waters with the officials. Just I hate to say it, but just a brutal penalty for Riley to take there, and a good timeout from the Marlboros to try to recollect this team as they head on the penalty kill.
Yeah, perhaps something was said. It looks like the referees are having a discussion with the Marlboros coach. It was behind the play, so there could have been a collision that we didn't see, maybe an extra slash. Maybe we saw a conversation being had where it crossed the line. But nonetheless, it will be the number one unit for the Red Wings coming out. You got to assume Bai will be a factor in this power play, as we saw him link up with Ambrosio for their goal earlier in the game, back in the second period, as it'll be Bai out there. Of course, Micah James will be out there as well, alongside Ryder Davis, and you can see them discussing kind of in the middle. Are they trying to just control possession, or do you think they're going to try to fire one off right away?
Well, I think if you're the Red Wings, you have to be playing for a win here. I mean, you've been outplayed for most of this game, and now you have a golden opportunity to take the lead late in the third period. And we've said before, the Marlboros penalty kill, although very poised, is not very aggressive. So I think if you can try to take advantage of that and just try to shoot, I shouldn't say shoot everything towards the net, but getting the puck deep and trying not to let your defenders control the power play, just trying to get the puck as deep as you can at any cost.
As there'll be Micah James taking the faceoff for the Red Wings, Herbert for the Marlboros. We've seen this matchup a couple times this game. A big opportunity looming here against the Marlboros. James unable to win that one, and now it is Ashcroft who sends that one out. Good job jumping on that one right away, and a good forecheck immediately there from Pochek.
And yet another costly Red Wings face-off loss. Those face-off losses have been killing them this game.
That's right, but now an opportunity here for Alex Bai. Bai gets it over to the point, but through the legs, he keeps it in. Alex Bai with it. Bai cutting towards the net. That one's on net. Jumping in front of it are the Red Wings. Out, but not.
What a clear from the Marlboros. Sorry to jump on your toes there, Sammy, but what a dangerous opportunity for the Red Wings.
I think we both saw the striding in James there, but he was unable to get anything going. Knocked down in his own zone, and oh no for the Marlboros, another penalty here. It'll be 5-on-3 with under 2 minutes left to go. Another penalty here, and what a chance this is for the Toronto Red Wings.
I don't know if I've really ever seen a tripping call. Oh, that is just brutal. Trying to go for the puck, gets tangled up in the legs, and that is
a bad opportunity, like you said. We saw the original penalty. We saw the unsportsmanlike. We thought it was Riley heading to the box. We saw some shuffling. Both Miles and Braden Riley are on the bench here, so perhaps someone got sent off and he was just replacing them as James sends it across the point, but that one is turned away by Hardy. Sent down the length of the ice. You don't want to be too aggressive here if you are the Marlboros. The Red Wings bringing it in now. That's LaPierre with it. He drops it over to James. James gets that one across for By. He has number 25, Phillips, with him. As that's sent in front. Alex By turning around now. By over to Phillips. Phillips to LaPierre. Shot is stopped by Hardy and sent into the corner. And that will be whistled down. Looks like maybe the net was off there, but minute and 4 seconds left to go. Minute 20 left on the second power play. 33 seconds on the first. So 5-on-3 for 33 more seconds. And still, just the Red Wings cannot find their opportunity.
Well, it looks like this faceoff's going all the way back to the Red Wings zone. I'm not too sure what happened to cause this. Oh, it looks like the Red Wings got a penalty. Yes, they did. That's what the Marlboros bench was up in arms about. Looks like a penalty charge to the Red Wings. Now a 4-on-3, a very interesting way to end this game.
Yeah, once again, an off-camera penalty, so we can't help you too much there. All we know, 4-on-3 with less than a minute to go here. At the line with it, the Red Wings have it. It's LaPierre at the top of the circle. He sends that one across the point. Back to LaPierre. LaPierre shot turned away there by number 10, Jaden LiCastro. Way to get the body on it and send that one down. Now it's Warner forechecking against Deutsch for the Red Wings. Deutsch with it now. He's carrying it in by himself, and some great pressure there from Warner to slow it down, but only momentarily, as here come the Red Wings once again. LaPierre trying to get that one into the zone. Now chance for the Marlboros. It was Mavru sending that one across. Mavru was streaming across the net, but it was number 19, Braden Riley, knocked down. And now the Red Wings trying to go back the other way. Unable to get a stick on it was the Marlboros defender. Shot there is turned away by Hardy with just 5 seconds left to go.
Man, what a stretch that was. Not really a sustained chance for either side there. Are we getting another penalty, perhaps?
We are getting another penalty. It looks like a holding call is being assessed on the play. Just some shuffling around of the special teams here. The refs really not putting the whistles away in the last couple minutes of this game.
I was going to say, we were making comment before, it just seemed like a couple minutes ago, about how the refs seem to have put the whistles deep in their pockets, letting the boys finish this one out. But these last 2.5 minutes here have been the exact opposite of that, as the linesman looks for a bit of an explanation, I see.
Yeah, as they're discussing, we see it is Davis in the box for the Red Wings. Again, with the no mics, we kind of got to figure out what's going on our own. But it looks like it's still going to be 4-on-4 here. So it was Davis taking that penalty in the offensive zone. And perhaps the Red Wings just needed to burn that timeout. With 6.1 left to go, they added a little bit more time after that Emmett Larman chance. It'll be 4-on-4 hockey. So the most important face-off of the game here, and it'll be Christian Karapalevsky taking it for the Red Wings. Unable to win it, as it is Warner. He gets that one back, and the Marlboros, they survive, as that will likely be the end, and it will do it for this game. This one ends 1-1.
Man, story of the game for the Red Wings, the amount of face-offs they were not able to win in key moments. 6.1 seconds left, game on the line, and they lost the face-off there. Not much you can really do against the Marlboros team, who's so good at controlling the puck in both of their ends. What a great game, though.
A great game indeed. This one ends 1-1 between the Marlboros and the Red Wings. We'll talk about it more in the booth. And there you have it. After Game 1 of the U16AAA season, both teams remain undefeated and both teams remain winless. That's right, a 1-1 tie between the Red Wings and the Marlboros. Back and forth, but the Red Wings, they really held on, didn't they?
They really did hold on. And I think if I'm the Red Wings right now, I am thanking my lucky stripes that we came away with a tie on this one. The Marlboros seemed to be in their zone basically the entire game, but a great game from Mitchell Newens was able to keep it a 1-1 game. And again, like you said, undefeated, but unbeaten.
Unbeaten. A great game from Newens, but a great game from a couple key players as well, as we take a look at the 6 hockey 3 stars of the game.
With the 3rd star of the game, we have Alex By. He had that incredible assist to Ambrosio, who we will mention in a second. But he had a great game, fingerprints all over this one, and his two-way play and his ability to draw in defensemen, like we were saying. our second star of the game, Shane Roche of the Toronto Marlboros, the lone goal scorer for them in this one. And of course, the first star of the game, Jacob Ambrosio, who had just a wicked goal to tie it up for the Red Wings. A great game. Like we said, a 1-1 game, maybe not the flashiest of all game, maybe not the most exciting, but a very tight-knit, physical game for both of these teams. And I think if you're both the Marlboros or the Red Wings, you're looking to make pretty big statements in your next game.
That's right. And while we talk about the Red Wings holding on and how well they played to keep the offense of the Marlboros at bay, Shane Roche's goal was still incredible. Batting it out of the air like that, that takes a lot of skill.
It does take a lot of skill, and I'm surprised we saw a goal like that in Game 1. Usually, in Game 1, you got your feet under you, you're feeling good, you're feeling quick, but it's often those hand-eye coordination skills that take a few games to really get going in these types of games and in these types of moments. Great goal from him, just an incredible composure, like we said, in the right place, at the right time, and just a great goal out of the air. Jose Bautista, indeed. We're still waiting for our first win. We're still waiting for our first loss here in the U16 AAA featured games from the Six Hockey, but it will have to wait till at least next time. Until then, I've been Sammy Brzozowski. He has been the ever so talented Simon Hendricks. Have a good night, morning, day, afternoon. Have a good one. Welcome to the Six Hockey.
Get ready!